Hey, can you block the number? There you go.
Are you under duress?
No.
You are not put under duress?
No.
Say it yourself, sir. You.
No.
Say it that you are not under duress.
I'm not under duress.
That's very good. Thank you.
The resolution reached on the 2022 APC Senatorial Primary Election Committee for Taraba State. I, Yahaya Suleiman, Secretary of the above named committee, hereby state as follows. Result sheets were not made available to us from the APC National Secretariat. That the results were sent and received by Taraba State APC chairman earlier. On arrival, we were informed that the result sheets were vandalized. Consequently, soft copy was sent to us from the National Secretariat for us to print and use for the primary elections. That the indirect mode of primary elections was adopted and to be used for northern and central senatorial zones. The southern senatorial zone shall use the indirect mode for primary elections.
Today we met with all the aspirants of the party and the state working committee and have agreed on modalities for the conduct of the primaries. Hopefully the party is going to swing into action in order to conduct a direct mode of election for the aspirant. We initially had a mandate of indirect, but coming on ground and seeing the tension on ground and what the party members in Taraba want and what the leadership of the party in the state want, we had to concede and to accept what they want. And hopefully by the special grace of God, that will be done immediately.
You have to accept your faith as it has come, whether it is sweet or bitter. So in my own case, I want to sincerely call on my brothers and my sister with whom we contested the House of Representatives primary in Takum, Donga, Usa Federal Constituency, that we should all come together and build our constituency. I know each and every one of them has something to offer to the people, because there is no monopoly in knowledge about how to go about the people. But when we collegially work together, I'm sure we are going to emerge victorious. I cannot, because I'm the flag bearer, on my own win the election in that constituency without the support and cooperation of each and every one of them. Ditto, if any of them had emerged instead of me, we would need each other to make sure that the party wins the election. What we should be thinking about is good governance for our people, is how to do the needful to ensure that our people are well represented. What is representation? Representation requires that what is due for your people, you push for certain things such that development will spread evenly across the federal constituency. So this is my appeal to each and every one of them. If we accept defeat, it is a way of enhancing the development and the peace of the community. Now, what do you say of situations where even before a panel arrives the state capital, someone is already complaining that he doesn't trust that justice will be served on him? Why not wait? There are two levels to this whole thing. The party set out for every process a panel and an appeal panel. Where you feel that you have not been justly treated, you have the right of appeal. And if that doesn't work, you still have the right to complain to the national secretary of the party instead of engaging in very uncivilized methods of complaint, thuggery, forms of agitation, name calling. I think that is not the best.
To our greatest surprise, most of them said they were not even contacted or be informed that they are going for so engagements. And then at a much later date, we saw some results flouting on social media that so candidates were declared winner of this election, and the declaration was done yesterday on 27th. So we do not know where the election were conducted. One, we agreed to meet by 7 in the morning, and the election we agreed, since there are local governments that requires that are in a very far distance, that requires a long period of time for them to cover, we agreed that the election should commence as from 12 and then be allowed to run for just 2 hours. So actually 12 to 2 p.m. Unfortunately, we went in the morning, there was no one to be seen. And then we waited all through. We couldn't wait anymore. So we rushed back home and allowed our people to be there. Up till now, our people are still there waiting for the election materials to come. There is no any election material. The party went ahead to produce different returning officers for the local government and then the constituencies. We do not have problem about that. The fear we allay is why shifting the goalposts at the middle of the match.
I think that's the best form of primaries so far, to my understanding. Otherwise, you test the popularity in the political party. It's like a pre-election, pre-general election, or like a mock exams for you to test that you're really on ground. So whoever is afraid of direct primary is not really on ground, because indirect primary are subject to manipulations. For direct primary, people come up physically to stand for you and to vote for you, either by some AFO or by ballot casting, whatever. But importantly, every carrying member of the party will come out in mass to queue for their candidate, the candidate of their choice. And that's the best practice, I think, so far, particularly in this part of the country or in Nigeria, in Africa. We want to have the clean, clear primaries in direct primary. Well, I think in democracy, there are, particularly in our area, in Africa, most of us don't accept defeat easily like this. We give excuses when we lose election. So it's a common thing all over the place. People lose and then give complaints, give excuses of why they lost. So you cannot, it's part of democracy that people should express their opinion and express their grievances. And what our appeal to them is not to resort to violence, but is to go to relevant agencies that are going to court. If you're not comfortable with what happened, go to court. The objective is to ensure all our forests are protected, because the forests have been a hidden place for criminals and bandits and kidnappers. It is believed that by the time we have guards all over the forest, indigenous guards that knows the terrain of the area, will reduce the bandits, activity of bandits and terrorists to the barest minimum. But it's the grace of God, and that shows I'm being loved by the people, and because also of goodwill and good relationship and love for my people too. That's why I have this mammoth crowd and this solidarity among my people, because I'm down to art. And I want to thank them once again for believing in me. I want to also reassure them that I will never fail them. By the grace of God.